I know Deep only since last around 2 years or maybe 2.5 years. And mine and Deep's relationship began as a patient-doctor relationship. Deep had some small pain in the neck, and Ami said, Deep, we have to consult Dr. Prashamsha for your neck problem. And my luck prevailed that Deep said yes to it. He now usually never goes to any doctor. He treats himself very well. And I think he's quite capable of doing that. But still he said yes, maybe that was a call from a God. For me, it was my own privilege, my own luck. And he entered my cabin. And when I saw him for the first time, it was like a love at first sight. Please don't misunderstand me. No, it was not like a dostana kind of love. But it was really that aura, that positivity of the man really engulfed me. I really liked that man suddenly. And my consultation got over in just 10 to 15 minutes. But then we talked for 45 minutes to 1 hour on just spiritual psychology. And I tell you, I have not seen such a master person who has such a deep knowledge on a psycho-spirituality. And this is his real mastery by which he is really helping the mankind by devoting his own self in giving this wisdom to the people. Today it's a book launch on I am Krishna, and I have read this book, and I was lucky and I was privileged again because of Ami, I would say, that I have all his books which are unedited version. So I have been able to read these books, and in between the lines when I read, I realize that there is so much of wisdom filled in these books. I don't know how this man can write such a beautiful thing in such a beautiful way, because I felt Krishna is not a textbook. It's a song. It's a music. It's a real river flowing in a smooth way. The first page you start off and how Harishji beautifully narrated few of the paragraphs. It just flows so beautifully. And I have read his I Am Mind, I've read his Everything is Psychology, I've read his Time and Space. They are all mind-boggling books. I would say it's not only mind-boggling, it's character-transforming books. I mean it that you people, once you read all these books, you will feel that you are really changing your own character. I know, you know, every one of us know that we have a Krishna in us. One Krishna is always lying in us, but it's dormant. It's sleeping. It's not active. It's Deep's and his hard work, his dedicated work, his lectures, his writings, his CDs and DVDs. These are the things which is really capable of awakening that Krishna in you. He will bring out that Krishna in you. He will really make your Krishna alive. And I really mean and I really wish him all the best in his entire endeavors in this noble cause, this noble work of uplifting the mankind. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your experience, what you really felt, especially when you looked at him for the first time. Love at first sight. Thank you so much for letting us know about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, अब मैं बुलाना चाहूँगी Mrs. Rashmi Shah, who has attended his lectures, was a patron on the talk show, and even joined the Atman Innovations. Definitely, she has seen this transformation, and we all have seen this transformation in her life. One of our core members, ladies and gentlemen, who herself is a classic example of transformations. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I call on stage Mrs. Rashmi Shah. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, everybody. I know we are running short of time, so I think I'll just give the most important thing that I have experienced with Deepji is I've had a journey of nearly more than 25 years of learning a lot about spirituality and psychology. You name it, and probably I have read it, and have tried it, and experienced the good and bad about it in my life. And it so happened that 2 years back, when his lectures of Tao Te Ching and the Mind series in ISKCON was going on. That was the first time I came to listen to him. First thought of mine was, इतना कुछ पढ़ लिया है, अब और सुनने के लिए क्या बाकी है? It was so much that I had filled in my life. And then, as the Tao Te Ching lectures went on, there were some beautiful insights that I received through his lectures. And I got inspired to read his book, I Am the Mind. Why I would say I Am the Mind is very special. I have always gone through a conflict of voices within me all my life. I mean, I can remember my childhood, teenage, you name it, and I have had a conflict where one of the thought, we always say whatever the voice we hear is all thoughts. That is what we have defined that sound that comes within us. And I always thought probably I have a split personality. One says this and the other one says that. But when I read his book, he has clearly gave us the difference between the brain and the mind. And it was so beautiful that I started identifying that yes, because he has also given, when this kind of a thought comes to you, what is it? Is it from the sphere of mind or is it from the sphere of brain? And I started identifying them, and gradually I realized that a lot of conflicts gave away. That was so beautiful. And when I look back, I have always been confused many a times. Decision making has been very, very difficult for me with the kind of conditioning we have been brought in. I also come from a background, family, where there's a lot of spirituality, but also religion aspects are there. And we are bound by them. But fortunately, when I listened to him, and at the same time, I got an opportunity to join his mission of human upliftment. And gradually, the unlearning started. Now I understand what Krishna did to Vivekanand. I wouldn't say it's the same, because but I can understand what it is. And when the process of unlearning started, I realized that things were getting simplified. I have read so much, and I was wondering, what are these people writing? Why isn't it in practice? Why can't I see it around me? But it happened in my experience. And gradually, I'm still in the journey of unlearning. And I really, really thank Deepji from the bottom of my heart that it has been a privilege for me to know him and work so closely with him. A man with so much of passion and dedication, very few to find. I think most of us live in this life with lot of masks. We behave like this, we have so many conditioning, but this man comes so very pure, and I have seen a lot of aspects of him while working with him. Very generous. As Prashamshaji said, it's true. I would just extend that. It is so true. It is a privilege for all of us at Atman team and the close friends, I'm sure everybody knows that it is, as you meet him and when you speak to him, we come to know that yes, this is it. And he brings in a lot of courage in us to live what we want to live for. And I have experienced that my journey is so focused because unwanted has just shed it off. And I'm so happy. I think the most beautiful gift that I have today as a human being is not being burdened by all the so-called knowledge that we say. And one more extension of Deepji I know I'm running short, but I need to mention this, that he exactly knows the other person and he helps that person so beautifully in every aspect of life. His books, his lectures are not just like, yes, we have, there are so many lectures. I think he could just take rest and it's okay. He's done enough, I would feel at times. And I always ask him, why are you doing so much? Is it all worth it at the end of the day? But he says, no, that's his. And you should see the way he works. We can't cope up. Atman team knows that he works. I mean, I think the speed of light is also probably less. It's so difficult to cope up with him in work. And as you know, Prashamsha is one of the most privileged one to read those unedited version of Deepji's books. And he is right. Even I have read a few of them. So I would request one and all to kindly, because I Am the Mind is one of those books which will, it's a mirror for you. You will know yourself better. All his work will just give you the light. I would say he's not a torchbearer. I think he ignites the light within you. You have it all. We all have it. But he is the one, when you listen to him, you have that courage to go within and see yourself. And you're okay even if you're angry, anything. There is no right, wrong, no good, bad. And it is so beautiful that you don't even have to judge yourself or be such a bad critic for yourself. I'm sure everybody's waiting for Deepji to meet him. So thank you so much for everybody to come here. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Shah. We know that there was so much more to speak about. I'm Krishna, the Master of Mind and Life, and of course the renowned daughter, Mr. Deep Trivedi. And we could just smell that, sense that from her enthusiasm, because she's the one who's attended a lecture, she's witnessed it, she's there, she's been there, and she has seen that, and she's felt that. So we know there was so much more to go ahead. But of course, time is running out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call one dynamic personality. Of course, definitely उनको कोई introduction की तो ज़रूरत बिल्कुल नहीं है और मैं जानती हूँ कि आप उनको देख के ही पहचान जाएंगे. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very dear patrons of Deep Talks, ladies and gentlemen, a popular face known as Lali from Agle Janam Mohe Pritya Hi Kijo and Santoshi Ma, the two popular TV soaps, ladies and gentlemen. She has a spiritual facet to herself, which many of us are unknown. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we thank her enough to be here amongst us. Ladies and gentlemen, zordar taaliyon ke saath, let us now call on and invite on stage Ratan Rajput. Ratan Rajput ji, Ratan ji, please, may I have you on stage? Kindly share some few words, your experiences for I'm Krishna and Deep Trivedi ji.